Hello there, my name is Nikola and I'm a guest collaborator on Allison's channel. And what you're watching right now is a video tutorial for the song Rockabye, which we covered, which you can check underneath this video in the description bar. Also you can check the violin tutorial and you can check Allison's channel for some violin and piano covers, and you can check my channel for some fretless guitar and some acoustic covers. Okay, so let's get started. In this tutorial I'm gonna give you 5 tips to improve your fretless guitar playing. Tip number 1, it's all about slides. Slides are the major advantage of this guitar and is something you can't normally play on a fretted instrument. Slides give your melody more like a human voice character, something like that, instead of that robotic, sound. So in the song Rockabye, if the melody goes, this is how you would normally play it on a fretted instrument. Here you can play it like, so with the slides. You can use the slides so very slow or quick, or you could use it in a wide or a narrow range, so very wide or just slightly narrow. Tip number 2 is vibrato, and if you're a rock or blues guitar player, you would do with the vibrato by bending the strings. Please don't do that on this guitar because you'll hurt your fingers. And the correct way to do it on this guitar is by just rolling your fingers to the left and to the right. So just like on a violin. Like this. And the same thing how you would play the slides, you can also play the vibrato. So quick or slow, or in a narrow or a wide range. So if the melody goes without the vibrato, and with it, it's something like that. Okay, tip number 3 is sustain. And sustain is something which fretless guitar lack. Especially above the 12th fret, and there are some things you can do to improve the sustain. The first tip I can give you is go buy some 12s or 11s, so strings, I'm talking about strings, in the opposite of the standard 10s or 9s. Tip number 2 is use guitar pedals, reverb, echo or delay pedal. If you want to hear it without a reverb, the note will sound something like, so very short, and with the reverb a little bit more. And tip number 3 I can give you on sustain is something I used to see some guitar players do. I actually don't practice this technique, but you could do if you're playing something above the 12th fret, you can use your fingernails if you're playing some long notes. So something like that, in opposite to your fingertip. This would normally work if you're playing long notes, but if you're playing something really fast, I don't think this tip could help you. Okay, tip number 4 is chords. This sounds so lovely, doesn't it? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, so some chords work better than the others on a fretless guitar. If you use a... okay, yeah, that could work. So a standard major 9 or a major 7, they work actually quite good, in contrast of this standard barré chord, which doesn't sound so lovely. And the thing is that if you have a chord which uses 2 neighbor strings which are on the same fret, the thing is that you have to grab those 2 strings in a straight line, so like this. And if you see my finger positions on this chord, specifically those 2 unlucky fingers, they're not in a straight line, but rather this way. So you would either have to arrange the fingers to sit like this, which is kind of painful. Or you could just use one of your fingers, which is also not a very lucky solution. So what you can do is either break the chord into two pieces and just play this upper piece or this lower piece. And tip number 5 is all about ear training. Ear training is the first thing actually that you must do if you never played this instrument, because you have to practice your ears to to hear each note correctly. So if you're playing a G major scale, so you hear the last note wasn't so perfectly played, so you could just slide your fingers or rearrange your fingers to correct the pitch. Or you could play the same scale just on one string, which is also beneficial for your slide exercises. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found those tips useful. Please do check our performance video in the description below and our channels, and see you guys in the next video. Cheers!